Now, we all know I've been MIA for 2 months. Let me tell you, sis, when people started hitting me up on Instagram, like, sis, where you been? What's going on? I was like, oh, okay, you know, I'm loved. People miss me. When people started hitting me up on Facebook, now nobody really hits me up on Facebook. I have a lot of male followers on Facebook, but people are like, hey, you know, you haven't been filming. What's going on? I was like, okay. When I tried to escape to TikTok, I was kind of like, I felt like I was undercover. Nobody really knew what I was doing. And then I got that DM like, sis, where you been? I said, you know what? I guess it's time for me to film again.
'Cause you're there. Baby, we can do this all night. Keep on second guessing our love, oh love. I don't really care if you don't mind. Baby, we can do this all night.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Natashia. And let me first tell you guys, I am back from my 2-month hiatus off YouTube. I've been getting so many questions on where I've been, what I've been up to. Like, sis, you need to make a video, okay? I'm not gonna lie. I know I'm not famous or anything, but I kind of felt like Rihanna. You know how every time they ask Rihanna, like, when you making music, sis?
The Navy needs new music, Rihanna.
Oh, girl, who sent you? I'm like, where they at?
That's literally how many DMs I got. Like, it wasn't just 1, 2, 10. It was like at some point in my DMs on Instagram, I was like, delete, delete, delete. I know I'm not right. But it became too much. I'm like, y'all actually miss me. So I am back to kind of give you an update on my life, what I've been up to. I know we are being self-quarantined right now, so this is a perfect opportunity to get back here on YouTube. Let me first start out by saying being at home quarantine has taught me so much, and I think it should teach you a lot about yourself as well. If you're like most people in the world, I've literally heard people say, I am so bored, I don't want to be at home anymore. And I'm like, girl, how can you be bored? Like, there's so much stuff to do at home, whether it's cooking, cleaning, developing a new skill, getting back here on YouTube, reading a book that you haven't read, you know, that kind of stuff. Because we're so caught up in social media that it's like we always want to show people what we're doing. And now you can't go nowhere. So you're stuck in the house. So you can't really show people too much without them getting bored. So I would highly recommend you finding your hobby in the house. Now, one thing I've always done is wrote in a journal. And this is actually a new journal. This is like my quarantine journal. I have so many journals that I go through where I kind of just talk to myself and just let my thoughts out. What I've learned about being self-quarantined is I've been extremely lazy. And what I mean by that is I watch girls here on YouTube, and there's some girls I look up to, and there's some girls I'm just like, yeah, you know, you're great. I love your YouTube channel. The girls that I actually look up to are the ones that have kids and that work a full-time job and do YouTube on the side. Those girls are my girls because I'm like, I'm so stressed from work. I don't want to come home and film a YouTube video. Like, I'm already tired from the day, and then I got to come home and sit down and film a tutorial. It's so overwhelming sometimes. And don't get me wrong, it's fun, but at the same time, I'm still stressed about what needs to be done at work. Right now, we're self-quarantined. I work in HR. We're getting tons and tons of questions on what's happening. What should we be doing? Should we be working at home? I don't want to go to work no more. I would say for me, in this self-quarantine, I just learned that I am super lazy. And if I want my YouTube channel to pop, I need to sit down and film my YouTube tutorials and be consistent. Like I said, there are girls out there that work full-time jobs that have kids and do this on a consistent basis without complaining. And I'm like, I used to be that motivated. Where did that motivation go? So I'm not trying to like beat up on myself, but girl, you got to get it together. Like, you got people that rely on you. You guys used to sit with me every Wednesday and Thursday and we used to watch a video together. Like, you guys depend on that too. And so I apologize for letting you guys down and kind of just taking this 2 months off. Yes, I definitely needed it, but you guys rely on me too. So I have to always keep that in mind. So to be honest, I'm not really bored at home. I have found so much stuff to do. You guys know I have a guinea pig now. It's like, there's so much work around my house that I can do. My husband and I can work on my car. We can work on his car. There's just a ton of stuff that could be done that I was never able to do because of the 8 hours I spent at my job. Does that make sense? So I challenge you all in this quarantine time, go read a book. Go clean your house. Go spend time with your family. That's stuff that I haven't been able to do because I'm working, I'm doing YouTube, I'm trying to edit. Go talk to your family. Talk to somebody you haven't talked to in years. Start FaceTiming them through Snapchat, Instagram, that kind of stuff. I'm just saying. Now that I got my motivational speech out of the way, this is kind of the chart that I'm gonna use to kind of like talk about where I've been. As I mentioned, I have to write a lot of my stuff down. I'm not one of those people that can like type it on the computer or put that information into my phone. I literally have to translate my thoughts from here onto paper. It just makes more sense to me. So let's first talk about where I've been. Yes, I've been at home. You guys know I'm very much an introvert. So being self-quarantined and an introvert, this is like music to my ears. I am so excited to always be at home. But prior to, you know, being quarantined, back in November, you guys know I did quit my job. Yes, I did walk out. It was on November 6th. I said, you know what? Can't do it no more. You guys are familiar. I do work in HR. I've worked in HR for almost 4 years now, and I love it. I can't see myself working in another department other than HR. I'm kind of weird. I like to know everything about a company. And I know I can't say nothing, but I can't just like be on the back end. Like I have to know everything. That job, I feel like, if you guys want a story time, I could definitely go deeper. But I feel like when jobs start to hire their friends, which this happens at a lot of companies, not just this one, I feel like they need to know that job. And when you're bringing in an HR director, I shouldn't be training them on low-level stuff in HR, meaning like PAFs. So I told you guys PAFs are personal action forms. They're basically what you fill out if an employee is being promoted, demoted, terminated, or like a status change, one of those. You should know how to do this, especially being a director. I feel like since I've come into HR, the girls who actually train me, they train me above and beyond on what I'm supposed to know. So for me, it's like, I know a lot about HR and I know how to process HR work. This woman was like, you need to train me on all the processes that you do, and you need to be able to write that process out for me, and I need it by Friday. First off, we were in the midst of payroll. I don't have time to write documents for you. Secondly, I don't know how to train you on this. Like, I do this every day. I can't train you. This is something you should know. Like, you should know the definition of a PAF and how these are utilized. If you don't, I don't understand. That's not my problem. So let me tell you, I called my husband like, this is what they want me to do. He gave me the go ahead to say go. I packed my stuff up and called it a day. As I mentioned, if you guys want a story time on just how I quit that job, or if you guys want me to talk more about HR and how you can get into HR, if that's like a career goal for you, let me know because I can definitely make a video for you. So moving forward, after I quit, I ended up taking in a guinea pig around November 21st. So this is my nephew's guinea pig, and my mom had him for a while, and I'm like, he needs more time. He needs to be around more people. I could probably take better care of him. And so we ended up adopting his guinea pig. And Nugget has literally changed my life. Like, I enjoy spending so much time with him. I didn't realize having a pet meant so much and like really showed like my softer side, my more sensitive side. I'm like, having him is so dope. He's so much fun. He has so much personality. Nugget does have an Instagram. It's at Nugget the Entertainer. Like, this is my baby. Taking in a pet, like, I always have to be at home. If I never wanted to be at home before, I need to always be at home now because he needs my attention all the time, which is pretty cool. So I do like that. Also, you guys knew that my mom was sick, and I think I told you guys this on like a few of my lives that of course I delete. So if you don't watch those or you're not in the live when I do it, you won't know this information. My mom has an autoimmune disease that attacks her eyes, and she's been going to the eye doctor since she was 30. She does get steroid shots in her eyes every 3 months to kind of get her vision clear, but it's not like truly clear. She could still drive. Not saying she should be, but you know, she could still function. I would say around December into January, I was taking on odd jobs, but I still had to take my mom to the hospital to get her eyes checked. Well, around this time, my mom's lens on her eye popped off and was floating around in her eye. I had to hear about this every single day. I don't know how to react because it's like, I don't know what it's like to lose my vision. I actually have 20/20 vision, so I can see very clear. I don't know what it's like to not see. And so, you know, you want to cry, but then you still have to be strong for her. And it's like, that was probably so hard because I know she was in pain and like her cornea was damaged as well. It was a lot. And like I said, also too, I was taking odd jobs. So I'm like taking her to the doctors and then going to work, and it was just too much, you know? And her appointments were like every Tuesday and Thursday, and they were like every single week. Finally, I told my younger sisters and my older sister, like, y'all need to help me out. Like, this is, I can't say it's draining because it's my mom and, you know, she's hurting. She really needs her daughters. But I was just like, ooh, I don't know how this feels, and it hurts me too because I want my mom to see my nephews and my niece grow up, you know? And so they actually told my mom she needs to be out of work for a year. And we were like, what? So picture being at home, you can't see. It's not funny. You can't see, and it's just, you're stuck in the house. And this was way before the quarantine. So it's like, now she's really in the house due to the quarantine, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. My mom did get a new lens, which I didn't even know that they could do that. But she did get a new lens, but she does need to get her cornea fixed. And unfortunately, her other lens is starting to wiggle. Therefore, she's gonna need a new lens on this side as well. So when I say I was stressed, you wanna be there for your family, but you still have to get yourself together, basically. So I needed some time. That's why I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna film. I need time to kind of just heal and make sure my mom's okay. Sorry, I'm trying to go in order of this. So I think I'm gonna go this way, this way, this way. So I did get a new job around February 3rd. And I'm like, hey mom, you know what? I can't take you to the doctors like that. So one of my sisters are gonna have to step in and kind of help out. But this job is amazing, meaning the people. I love the company. I love what they stand for. It is a nonprofit company. And the people are so great. But let me tell you, sis, I don't think I've ever worked for a company that was behind, meaning I don't think I can even talk about it. So when I say I was working on the weekends when I started, just to kind of get their filing up to date, and I haven't even got caught up on that. To me, that was taking up a lot of time. Like if I'm going in on Sunday, I can't film Saturday because Sundays are the days that I edit. And then the VP of HR wanted me to join, you know, their committee where they're starting to do like parties and stuff like that, like events around the office. No, sis, I can't do that. Like I still have a life outside of this job, and I know a lot of people there work on the weekends, but your girl can't. Like, I still want my life. I had to literally decline a ton of stuff because I'm like, I can't do it. I film on Saturdays, I take pictures on Sundays, and I also edit on Sundays. I don't have time. If it's not Monday through Friday, I can't be involved. Do you get what I'm saying? And the times that I go to work are insane. I probably get to work sometimes at like 4 o'clock in the morning and I get done at 2:55. And you could say, you know, you get off early. Sis, I'd be tired after that. Like I'm nonstop busy all day. And yes, I still work there. I'm working through some challenges, which are good challenges, but I need everybody to be on the same page. And I'm like, right now, I should only be doing one job at a time because we're behind. So I'm not saying that to down the company. Like I said, it's a great company, great people I work with, but they gotta understand your girl got a life outside of here, okay? I hope I'm not like sounding like I'm all over the place. I want this to kind of be consistent. So I'm sorry if this is like too random and I'm just everywhere. I'm just trying to get everything out. Let's keep going about YouTube. So let's bring it all back. YouTube, of course, was my last priority because I just had so much going on, as I mentioned before. And I will just say, you know, I'm just like you guys. Let me just continue to remind you guys. I watch these girls and guys on YouTube and on Instagram living their best life or so-called best life. And I get just as sad as you. Like, how come I don't get those opportunities? Why can't I be working with CoverGirl, L'Oreal, Too Faced, that kind of stuff? I do beat myself up about it as well. And then I come back and be like, oh, well, I'm just a smaller YouTuber. Like, nobody's gonna care, you know? I feel you guys, but I have to remind myself as well, some of this stuff ain't real. I have a nice townhome, fully furnished, except for a dining room table. But I have a bed I can sleep in every night, you know? So I have to remind myself, this virtual world on social media can just be a virtual world that's not really real. And remember how I told you guys at the beginning, talking about the quarantine, I feel lazy and I feel like I could be doing more. Sometimes I'm sitting around the house and I'm like, I should be filming right now. No, I don't want to. That's crazy. Like, I'm saying this is what I want. I want to do YouTube, but I'm not trying to put in the work. That doesn't make sense. So for me, YouTube, this is what I want to do, so this is what I need to focus on. Let me just say, I don't really get hate comments. I do, but I don't. I kind of just delete them and block them, or I'll keep them and be like, hey, it is what it is. You stop by my channel, we're good. I got this one comment and it really stuck out to me because this person has watched my channel before and back in the day, so I know they know me. The comment said, I realized your channel started in 2013. I'm not understanding why you're not at a different level. And they kind of just broke it down. And I just sat there, and for some reason now, I never deleted the comment. I have no idea where this comment was at, but I just sat there and I was like, you're right. I don't know. But then I really went back and I'm like, hold on, I know I talked about this in a live. You guys know I did make a video on how to start a YouTube channel and what you need to do. I did leave a key component out, something that I was kind of embarrassed about, and I know I talked about it in a live, but as I mentioned, my lives get deleted because I delete them. So back in 2013, when I made my channel and I started uploading videos, I was kind of just like, I'm not really getting views, so I won't be as consistent. I'll just film here and there and then come back and see what happens. Well, let me tell you, I've always just like scrubbed my channel. Like, what's going on? Am I not having proper tags? Like, what am I doing wrong? Are my titles wrong? Now I have good quality content. What is going on? I made a clip and extension video in 2017 of how I make my clip-ins, and that video was probably at like 100 views. And I'm like, I know people are into clip-ins, so why aren't people clicking on my videos? So one morning I woke up, this was in January of 2018, I said, something's wrong with my channel. I need to figure this out. Boy, did I find it. I go into my settings, and I'm not sure where the setting is at, but you can find it. It's in YouTube. And basically it said, recommend my videos on YouTube. Right below it, it says, do not recommend my videos on YouTube. Sis, guess which one was checked from me? Girl, my videos were checked, do not recommend my channel to other people. So people just happen to find my channel because I probably told them, hey, I make YouTube videos. So from 2013 to 2018, that button was checked. I was about to go to work. I literally had to sit there like, this whole time. I could be at a different level this whole time, but I didn't check this setting, which is my fault. So with that being said, I did change the setting to recommend my videos. When I say that clip and extension video went from 100 views to 1,000 in a week, we got something here. This should have been unchecked. Like, my video should have been being recommended. That video to this day has like 32,000 views. And my mind is just blown because if I would have known that setting back in the day, I would have definitely fixed it. Honestly, I wouldn't be in HR right now. I would honestly be a beauty influencer because I could have made it. But in some instances, I kind of felt like I missed my chance due to that setting. I don't even think that should be a setting in YouTube because to me, if you're making content on YouTube, don't you want people to see it? Why would you put your video on private, you know? So that really destroyed me. And reading that comment, although it wasn't a hate comment, it was just eye-opening to me. Like, girl, you should be further than what you are. I'm just like you guys. I'm trying to get my life together. I'm trying to get just everything in order to be as successful as possible, you know? And I do want YouTube to be my career, but remember, Well, the days that I don't want to film, I better film. Now, have I been gaining subscribers since I've been off of YouTube? Yeah, which is really crazy. I'm like, oh, you guys are finding my channel? Woo! So I am super excited about that. But at the same time, girl, pay attention. That was like a life lesson. Let me allow all of that to digest with you. I'm not trying to make this video super long. And honestly, I'm not doing this video for you to feel bad for me. This stuff is my problem and some of this is my fault. So therefore, I'm taking accountability by making this video and letting you guys know my mistakes and how I'm working through them. Closing, let's just talk. When I say people were hitting me up on all my social media, I'm so grateful. You guys are the reason why that I do want to come back, and you guys really do love me. I'm not trying to pinpoint people because a lot of people have reached out to me, but I'm gonna tell you guys, Janelle in here, she would reach out to me and be like, hey sis, like, how's your family? How's your mom? What's going on? And sometimes I couldn't even write her back because I'm like, this girl, she cares about me. Like, she cares about my life, my well-being, my family. That is crazy to me. Grateful, but I was just like, with all this going on and you're still just so invested in me. And I had a ton of my subscribers, but it was like, sis, where you been? What's really going on? I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful to have the support that I have from you guys. It's insane. And although I have a smaller channel, I'd rather have you guys this type of support than have a bigger channel with not a lot of support. You guys are my ride or dies. I can't continue to say how grateful I am without like about to cry, but you guys truly make my day. And you guys are the reason why I will continue no matter how many supporters I have. You guys are the reason I will continue to come back to my channel. You guys uplift me with all your kind comments all the time. I love you guys. And when I'm not on YouTube, I do miss you guys. I just had so much emotional stuff going on, as I mentioned, that I was overwhelmed and I didn't know what to do. With all that being said, we are self-quarantined right now. So we're basically dealing with ourselves at home. Find something you're interested in. Don't be bored. Learn a new dance. Pick up a book. I picked up some crossword puzzles from the Dollar Tree, like the word search. I've been working on that to stimulate my brain. If you're gonna work out from home, figure out 3 days out of the week that you're gonna work out to. You know it takes 21 days to develop a habit. Use those 3 days out of the week and develop that habit of going to the gym at home. So when we can go to the gym, that's something you're gonna do 3 days out of the week. And you've already practiced doing this at home. I literally been watching so many home decor videos and I've been in the Dollar Tree like crazy making my own stuff. This is something I've never done before, but I really enjoy doing it. So find something that makes you happy. So use this time wisely. I want to thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to watch my videos. You guys know I appreciate your support. I love you. I miss you when I'm not here. And until my next video, which won't be 2 months from now, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Baby, we can do this all